We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. All for the little one for Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen a Blinton and all his reindeer pulling on the rein. Bells are ringing, children singing, all what a merry and bright. Hang your stockings, say your prayer, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Welcome to the Nephew show. That's just a little music the kid wanted to get in on some Christmas songs, and it is Christmas season, so she's in 4th grade now. She might have a future as a singer, you know. I don't know. We'll keep working on it, but she had a lot of fun, so hopefully you enjoyed it a bit. But it surprisingly to me, those were Christmas carols that she sang in school. They went over to the kindergartners and sang Christmas carols to them, which I thought that was pretty good. Now if anyone hears it on this show, they'll probably sue the school and cause all sorts of grief for the teachers, because freedom from religion, you know. I mean, everybody, the First Amendment says you have the right to feel comfortable and never be offended by anything in your life. So, but today, like every week, we have a bunch to talk about. I'm going to talk about the Second Amendment, which is one of my favorites, one of them that I'm most passionate about, I'd say, and also the Third Amendment. If we have some time, we'll get into that. It's fairly short and straightforward. I mean, the Second Amendment is straightforward as well, but I'd say that the Second Amendment, and for those of you that don't know, and please, if you don't know, don't tell me you don't know, because I'd rather just be oblivious to the fact that there are people out there that don't know what the Second Amendment is. But it deals with the individual's right to keep and bear arms, arms in general, so guns, knives, whatever. I think it is the how do I say it? The part of the Constitution that is openly attacked most often. We see the Fourth Amendment being under attack constantly, but it's not generally in a way of, we need to repeal the Fourth Amendment, like you hear with the Second Amendment. We need to get rid of the Second Amendment because it's a hunting license for humans and all this garbage. You don't hear that as much with the other amendments, the Fourth Amendment, or any part of the Constitution. Really. I mean, it comes up, but not quite as often. I think we'll get into a little bit of, Obamacare made an announcement. Some more delays. Obamacare made an announcement. Those two words are kind of synonymous, aren't they? Obamacare and Obama. I mean, Obamacare is Obama. If you look at it, it's everything that he wants, except on a smaller scale. He would love to ramp it up and just take full control of everything. Obama made an announcement to do what people have been calling for him to do, but now it's his own idea. He pretends like, oh, I just thought of this. I was just sitting on the john after lunch, and I thought of this idea. We should have more delays for Obamacare, because if you lost your health care, well, I'll get into it. Basically, you lost your health care because of Obamacare, and you can't sign up because Obamacare doesn't work, then we won't charge you the tax. The tax that Obamacare charges on people who do not purchase health insurance. We'll get into that. First, I want to talk about something I found today that was really, really scary. And I don't know why this is the first time I found it. It looks like it's something that the TSA is going for. And essentially, I found a YouTube video that was posted last week on the 12th from the TSA, and they have this, I think it's tsa.gov/kids. They have a webpage for kids, and they have coloring books. It's cute. There's coloring pages. You can print out a page of this lovely TSA officer just waiting, to feel you up as you walk through this screening process. But it's not so bad. I'm going to play this video. It's a couple minutes long. All the characters are dogs, because everybody loves dogs, so it's like the least threatening thing you can have. And the TSA uses dogs. If you go to the kids page, you can see pictures of all the cute dogs that may sniff around you just to make sure you're not a bomb. Here's the video, though, and then I'll talk about why I despise this so much and what the real danger is with something like this geared towards children.
Hey, Dad, why do we have to stop here? I just want to get on the plane.
Well, we have to stop, screen, go before we get on the plane. This is a security checkpoint, and those people work for TSA.
Oh, it looks kind of scary. I don't think Molly will like it.
Nah, it's not scary. TSA officers are here to keep us secure. So don't worry. Just remember, stop, screen, go.
Stop, screen, go? What does that mean?
Just watch. First, we stop here and hand our travel documents to the officer.
Papers, please.
She screens it.
Thank you.
Then we go.
Wow,
Oh, that was easy.
That was easy. What's next?
We stop. Then we put our stuff in the bins, and the machine screens it.
Please hand over
Then
your personal
we go.
belongings.
Do I need to take off my shoes too?
Nope. Kids under 12 don't have to. But
Hold on. Yep. So, the premise there, by the way, kids under 12 don't have to take off their shoes, and it's a hassle for parents to have to... if you have to take off your own shoes, I mean, no big deal. Sure, I'll take my shoes off for you. I have no dignity or freedom in this country. Whatever you say. You want me to take my shirt off? Sure. But if I have to deal with taking my kid's shoes off, not because I think you're violating him in any way, but because it's a pain in the butt to have a 4-year-old take their shoes off and get it back on and have to tie him and all that stuff. So, safety first, but if it's annoying, I mean, then we shouldn't have to do it, because I can't ever imagine that a terrorist would use a child to... Oh, wait. No, they do use children as bombs. So why wouldn't they put a bomb in a child's shoe? I mean, it's ridiculous. And that, by the way, which I'll talk about, was the part that just made me so angry, even though I've done it tons of times. For some reason, when I watched this video, watching the dog, who, by the way, only wears 2 shoes, which is weird. And they walk upright, so they're kind of like humans with dog heads. But watching the dad take his shoes off, for some reason, it just irritated me today. A little bit left on the video here, though. He's getting his Game Boy back, so that's good.
your game system and Molly's bear need to take a ride.
Bye-bye, Bear. Bye-bye. Do we get our toys back?
Yep, you just need to walk through that rectangle first. It's a metal detector.
Do we have to stop, screen, go here too?
Yep, you got it.
Stop, screen, and go. But wait, Mom, what's he doing with Molly's bottle?
Oh, it's stop, screen, go for baby bottles too. But don't worry, she'll get her milk back.
Here you go.
Are we all done?
Yep.
That wasn't scary. It's just stop, screen, go.
Yep. That's what it takes to get ready for takeoff.
Thank you, TSA.
You're welcome. Have a great trip.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, TSA. Thank you for keeping children safe. Okay, so first of all, when I was watching this and I saw the dad dog take his shoes off, and he had pretty bright white socks on. just for some reason that made me so angry, because I'm thinking, this is a video in an airport. It's a cartoon, of course, but in the United States of America, the country founded on individual freedom. And this is a video from the government making it just normal place that you have to take your shoes off just to get past a checkpoint. You have to take your shoes off. I mean, really, it seems petty, and like I said, I've done it a ton of times. A bunch of times. And it bothers me every time I go through security. I get annoyed. Now I don't tell the TSA officers that I'm annoyed, because that would probably get me strip searched. And generally I don't have time for that kind of thing. But when you think about it, all you have to do is take your shoes off and walk through that rectangle over there. I mean, come on. Just take your shoes off, go through a metal detector, get felt up a little bit. They might wave a wand around you. They might take you in the back and make you take your clothes off and put their fingers where you don't want them. But, I mean, you want to go to Aunt Betty's house, so you need to do this to get on a plane to fly to Florida. Now, the danger with something like this is much like we saw the Olivia children's books, where Olivia was going wherever, Italy or something, and they went through TSA, and she didn't mind. She thought it was great that the TSA agent was searching her. Yay, thanks for our safety, TSA agent. Thank you for violating our constitutional, and not only constitutional, but our natural right to be free and to not have people impede our movement. Thank you. Thank you for that. I love it when you search through my bag. The danger is, like the Olivia book and like this video, children see it. They're cute characters. They see these friendly characters going through. They don't have a problem with it. They like it. Hey, thanks, TSA, for keeping us safe. Oh, it must be a good thing. So now you have a whole generation of children growing up seeing these things, because there are parents that are showing their children these videos and not explaining what's wrong about them. See, if I was going to show the one that sang the songs for you, if I was going to show her the video, there would be editorial commentary the entire way through it, more so than I did here on the show. I would be saying, well, see, now, this papers, please thing, well, let me tell you a little story about people being asked for their papers. Walking through the rectangle, let me tell you a little story about being searched. The baby bottle thing, let me tell you about being secure in your persons and property. But there are thousands, millions of children that are going to watch this, and their parents are going to show it to them because it will help if their child has some anxiety about going through security at the airport. So their child will think, oh, it's normal. It's just something we have to do, which was Olivia's thing. It's just something we have to do. I grew up with it. I have to go through these steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Now I get on the plane. Now I show up at Aunt Betty's house. So no big deal. I'm okay with it. So then I'm okay with it at the airport. I've been conditioned that it's okay at the airport. So now when I'm 16 driving down the road, I remember that checkpoint at the airport. This cop that just stopped me at a checkpoint, not that he pulled me over because I was doing something wrong, but they just set a checkpoint in the middle of the road that I have to stop at, and they want to search my car. Well, yeah, I just want to get to my boyfriend's house, my girlfriend's house. Yeah, sure. You can search my car. It's just a step I have to take to get to where I want to go. It's absurd, and it's dangerous. It is so dangerous when we start conditioning our children. It's bad enough that there's adults that have been living with this that think it's okay. But when you take children, innocent children that really don't know any better and aren't learning any better in schools, and you show them these videos, and you tell them that it's fine that you get searched, and once in a while this TSA agent will have to touch you, and that's okay. What kind of message is that? This strange man, it's for your safety. He's going to have to touch you. I don't want to go into it, but just think about the consequences of that sort of thing being taught to our children. I'm going to take a quick break. When I get back, I am going to get into the Second Amendment, Third Amendment, and hopefully I will have some time, depending on how long I spend on that Second Amendment, because like I said, I am passionate about that one. Maybe talk about Obama's little announcement that he made. I will be right back.
When it comes to TV, if you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for the best value in entertainment. Not only will you find the same channels you know and love for less, Dish sweetens the deal with free HD for life and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. You can also save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Why would you ever pay more for TV? Switch to Dish and see what real value is. Free HD for life, premium channels free for 3 months, scores of movies with Blockbuster at home, premium savings when you bundle DishNet high-speed internet service. Limited time offer, 24-month agreement with credit qualification required. Cancellation fee, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
Call Dish Satellite, your Dish authorized retailer now. 800-507-9468. 800-507-9468. 800-507-9468. That's 800-507-9468.
Did you ever use your smartphone in the cold weather and wish you could do it with gloves on? Did you ever exercise outdoor and wish you can listen to your iTunes music with crystal clear sound without string attached? Did you ever get frustrated that your smartphone ran out of battery while you were talking? With the latest gadget from Mobile Factory Outlet, you can resolve all of the problems and do much more. Visit www.mobilefactoryoutlet.com and check out the latest touchscreen glove, Bluetooth headphone, backpack wireless charger, and many other cool mobile accessories at unbeatable price. Visit us at www.mobilefactoryoutlet.com.
Red State Talk Radio is All American Talk Radio.
The Nathan Nephew Show. Somewhat unique.
Somewhat unique?
Yes, somewhat unique.
All right, welcome back to the Nathan Nephew Show. I'm your host, Nathan Nephew, of course. Don't forget, check out nathannephew.com. You can find this show, all past shows, as well as check out the book I wrote with my co-host on At Odds, Brian. Brian Jeff's My Parents Open Carry. Head over to myparentsopencarry.com. Pick up a copy for Christmas. I don't know that you'll get it before Christmas now. In fact, I'm pretty sure you won't, but you can put a little IOU in a box or something. I know my parents did that to me when I was growing up, and I think it was and I remember this, and this is kind of telling, actually, is that I remember this. I'm pretty sure that it was for my first handgun. It was a BB gun, and I don't know how old I was, fairly young. If I remember right, they couldn't get it. It wasn't in stock, or it was on order, or whatever. So they had a box with basically it's in the mail type of thing, and I was so excited, and I guess maybe that was the start of my passion for the Second Amendment, which we will go into. But myparentsopencarry.com, children's book. It'll get the conversation started on self-defense, Second Amendment, responsibility of keeping your family safe and yourself. So myparentsopencarry.com. So Article 9 is Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights of the Constitution. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, this one is so confusing because it has some big words in there like militia, and there's a comma. It has a comma in there, and it's not a semicolon, and there's no period, and it says well-regulated things like that. So basically how we can read this is a couple clauses. A well-regulated militia is necessary to the security of a free state. We need an orderly, maintained militia in order to protect ourselves, protect the state from outside threats or internal threats, but from a threat that is not in line with keeping the security of a free state. Of course, that does not mean National Guard. That does not mean U.S. Army or U.S. military. It doesn't mean state National Guard sorts of things. It means people. Whatever it means. The second part is very, very clear. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Like in other places in the Constitution where it talks about the people, it is so clear that it means the individual people. It doesn't mean the collective people. It doesn't mean all of the people combined. It means each individual person, their right to keep a firearm, to keep a knife, to keep whatever instrument is normally used in war, is what the Supreme Court has said. Now, my argument is no, this does actually scale to nukes and rocket-to-air missiles and things like that. And then you get the argument of, well, so you think that if you can afford something, you should be able to own that thing? Well, yes, I do think that. Well, what about Bill Gates? Well, if Bill Gates wanted to own a nuke, since Bill Gates can afford a nuke, should he be able to have a nuke? Yes, he should. Now, let me tell you the problem, because they think that everyone's going to go out and get a nuke and destroy the earth. Well, the same problem we have with restricting the types of guns that you can buy, which is, yeah, you can ban whatever you want to ban, but if people want it and people are intent on using it for harm, they will get it and they will use it for harm. How many murders, how many violent crimes are committed with illegally owned firearms? With something that the government arbitrarily says, you as a free, natural person cannot own this and cannot use this for these purposes. How many times is that law broken by a criminal who, by definition, will break the law? How many times is that law broken and does no good to save any lives? It's the exact same way with nukes. Iran, we tell them they can't have nukes. Well, now we're talking about how they're trying to make nukes anyway. Bill Gates, if he has enough money, which he might, and he really wanted a nuke, and he really wanted to destroy people, he would do it. Because if he's intent on killing people, he's not going to care what the law says in any given state or a federal law. He's going to do what he wants to do because he's murdering people. It doesn't matter if he breaks a firearm law or a nuke law or a Second Amendment law, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter to them. And I don't think Bill Gates wants to do this. And I guess the fact that he hasn't done it is pretty good evidence that he doesn't want to kill people. But he's the name that I hear often. Is that, well, Bill Gates could afford it, so don't you want him? Shouldn't he be restricted? No. So anyway, what this means is that everybody who is a citizen of the United States of America, everybody who has the protection of the Constitution over them, can and should keep and bear arms with no infringement, which means no impedance, no filters on that right. You can keep and bear arms. The government can't tell you can't go into state buildings. They can't tell you can't walk down certain sidewalks. The city can't ban you from owning or carrying a firearm or a knife in their city. That's what the Second Amendment says. Now, we're so far away from that. We're so far away from that. In fact, concealed pistol licenses, as far as I'm concerned, is a violation of the Second Amendment. Forcing people to get training, to pay a tax in order to have permission to carry a firearm in the manner they choose is an infringement on the right to keep and bear arms. Somehow that one slipped through the cracks and we live with it today. Some states don't have it. A lot of states do. Third Amendment, Article 10, no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So, in a time of peace, a soldier cannot come into your house and live in there, eat your food, all that stuff, without your permission. Now, in a time of war, laws can be prescribed by Congress because Congress shall have all legislative authority, can make a law saying, we're in war, dire straits here, you're going to need to let some soldiers sleep on your living room floor so they're not out in the cold. Or whatever it is, they can prescribe a law and then you'll let them live in your house because that's the law. Except those people that break the law. They may not actually follow the law in this case because they break the law. So that's the little bit of the Constitution I'm going to get through today. These probably will be shorter segments as we go forward, so I'll cover a couple amendments at a time, or one or two or three, whatever makes sense. But this one I wanted to complain about the TSA, so I'm pretty much running out of time. But I want to mention real quick what Obama did the other day. And what he did was said that if somebody gets their insurance canceled, that qualifies as an unexpected natural or human-caused event, which gives an exemption from the individual mandate. So essentially, if you lost your health insurance because Obamacare mandated that insurance companies cancel your health insurance, and now you can't get onto the exchange, onto the Obamacare website to purchase new health insurance, you are exempt until the election from the penalties of the individual mandate, which says you must buy health insurance by January. So good news, if you lost your insurance because of health care, well, first of all, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan, but if you lost your plan and then you tried to get a new plan, but you couldn't get a new plan because it's broken, then you don't have to pay the tax. That's all the time I have, though. I want to thank you for listening. Stay tuned in Red State Talk Radio. Lots of good shows on there, including At Odds show. So go to redstatetalkradio.com. Join their newsletter. They just started a newsletter. The station did. So subscribe to that. I did. I think it's going to be a weekly thing with articles and station news and some information about shows and whatnot. It's going to be a good thing. AdOddsShow.com to check out Ad Odds. NathanNephew.com to check out this show and all past shows. And, of course, my book, MyParentsOpenCarry.com. Have a Merry Christmas. See you next week.